Okay, I'm going to show you now the two procedures that the book shows us for subtraction, and there's two different ways we can do it. We can use a place value chart, or we can use the, I'll call it, traditional method of just regrouping. First, I'm going to show you the place value chart and how that works. If I had a number 4,002 minus, so this is my problem, 4,002 minus 2,153. If I take a look at that number, or that problem right away, I know I can't take 3 away from 2. So I'm going to have to regroup. And in this case, I'm going to have to go all the way to the thousands place to regroup, and regroup back across the places. So this is a bit of an extreme for this problem with the regrouping, but I just want to show you how this works. So what I do here is I make a place value chart. So it's just a table, and you can make this for bigger numbers and smaller numbers also, but the first thing I'm going to put in is ones. So there's a column for ones, then tens, and then for this one I need hundreds. I'm just going to abbreviate, and then the last column is going to be thousands. And this is really sloppy, but it's kind of hard to write on this. Alright, so I'm just going to take my number, I'm going to put 4,002 in here. And the kids and I have been getting into the habit of making sure we put a comma even in our place value chart, just so they don't forget. So there's 4,002. Okay, what I'm going to do with that though is I need to circle the 4,000. I'm going to take one of those thousands, and I'm going to subtract that. I'm going to regroup it. So now I'm going to give one of those thousands to the hundreds place. And the kids know, or should know, that there are 10 hundreds that will make up 1,000. So we should know that there are 10 hundreds in this problem now. But I still have 0 tens and I still have 2 ones. My problem's not solved yet. Alright, then I'm going to have to take from the hundreds and give to the tens. So I'm going to circle the hundreds. I'm going to give one of those hundreds to the tens, and the kids should know that there are 10 tens that make up 100. So I'm left with 9 hundreds. Now I have 10 tens. I still have 3 thousands, and I still have 2 ones. So I still haven't solved my initial problem of not being able to subtract yet. I'm going to make another column down here. So I'm gonna have 3 thousands. I'm still gonna have 9 hundreds, and now I'm gonna take these 10 tens. I'm gonna take one of those away. I'm gonna have 9 tens, and now I'm gonna have, as I give one of these tens to the ones, I'm gonna now have 12 ones, and then I can subtract. So now this is in a point where I can put my other number down here, add to the place value chart, and then just subtract the places. And I'll put in a row for my answer. Alright, so the number down here is 2,153. So I'm going to just take 12 minus 3 is 9. And then 9 minus 5 is 4, and then 9 minus 1 is 8, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So I get the answer 1,800 49. So that's the place value chart. That's how that works. You know, I think a lot of kids are going to want to use and feel more comfortable with the next method that I'm going to show you with these same numbers, because this is maybe a little bit more work to draw this out like this, but I think this would help with kids who don't line things up correctly. The other thing that I like about it that I shared with the kids is that you do all your regrouping first. So then when you get down to the end, all you have to do is subtract, and that goes really quickly. Like I said, this number is extreme, so like if you just had to regroup the tens place, then maybe you're just regrouping once and maybe you only make one row on the table. So let's take a look at a different way to subtract this. We'll just we'll line it up, and we call this the regrouping method. So I'm going to rewrite it again down here. 4,002 minus 2,153. And like I said before, this is like the traditional way. Okay, so I'm going to start by subtracting the ones. I see I can't do that, so I need to regroup, but I look at the tens. There's a 0 there. So I'm going to look to the hundreds. Still a 0. So now I need to look at the thousands. So I'm going to take from there, I have 3 thousands, and now I have 10 hundreds. But that still doesn't help me yet, so I need to take one of my hundreds. So now I have 9 hundreds, and I give it to the tens. Now I have 10 tens. I still can't work yet. So I'm going to give one of my tens, so now I have 9 tens to the ones place, and now I have 12 ones. And now I can subtract. 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 1 is 8. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So as you can see, I get the same answer. And so whichever way is more comfortable for the kids to subtract, that's what we can do. But these are the two procedures for how students can subtract that our book shows us here in 4th grade. Hopefully this helps. Thanks.